Can we do a show?
I think we could do it.
If I had to wait for a Filipino role to have a career,
Oh, yeah.
I would have never had a career.
Man, Avatar, I'm such a big fan.
I have to watch
Roy.
Don't kill me, Dante. Today's episode, we have Dante Basco. If you don't know him, you're probably incorrect.
Because he is the voice of Zuko from The Last Airbender. He is the voice of the American dragon, Jake Long. And he is Rufio and a soon-to-be father.
Ooh, we hope you enjoyed today's episode. And let's get to the Spicy Fruit Podcast. Woo! Dante.
What's up?
Welcome
Hey.
in.
Welcome. Good to see you guys.
Good
I'm
to
sorry.
see you.
I'm sorry.
Dude, Oogie is having a blast.
Oogie.
He literally just...
She's
literally sat.
Oogie's on me.
Yep.
Oogie, you're saying she?
Boy.
Boy. He is named after.
Yeah, he's named after Tenzin's bison in The Legend of
In
Korra.
Korra.
That's wild.
I haven't seen all of Korra yet.
Me
You
either.
haven't seen it?
I mean, I've seen the episodes I'm in. No, but I'm doing the podcast with Janet Varney, and she plays Korra, and we just finished. And it's for Nickelodeon, Brave in the Elements.
Yeah.
And we just finished the whole first series,
Oh, wow.
book 1, 2, and 3, and so we'll be moving this next year into Korra, which I'm excited to go into Korra, so I can really watch it and interview everybody, and get the scoop. So I'll find more about Oogie, but Oogie must already know I'm the Fire Lord.
Yeah, for sure.
He's auditioning right now.
He's like, I'm here.
He's like, I know power when I
I'm
see
here
it.
for you.
He gravitated towards you so fast.
All these dogs. These are all your dogs.
Yeah, 4 dogs. Apparently, the more dogs, the more immune a baby will
You're
be.
the dog. You're the dog guy. I know. Yeah, I'm having a baby.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've both gotten married in the last year.
Yeah. Congrats.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
My wife is in the
Congrats.
house. Alex.
Oh, I'm working on it.
Any prospects?
There's still some. No, I got a serious girlfriend right now.
He calls her
But-
fiance.
It's my fiance. We're not engaged yet.
Beyonce.
But there's still a couple months in the year. I could figure it out.
No one's forced. No one's pushing you. Beyonce is good though.
Yeah, it's a fiance.
Leave
She's
it.
more than a girlfriend, but not a fiance yet.
Promise ring.
No, that was 90s. That was a 90s thing.
That's
They
a
don't
90s
do that
thing.
these days. Should I do a promise ring?
No. That's a waste of money.
Yeah.
Waste of money.
What is the problem? Like
It's just
the
like-
changing color one.
It's like the
No,
ring.
it's-
It's like a ring you can get
it's like-
before an engagement ring.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
that's lame.
Yeah, I don't know if it's lame, but I think
Nah, that's cool.
maybe like a promise bracelet.
Did you do one?
No. How did you get engaged?
I got engaged. Well, it was supposed to be like during the pandemic. Like it was supposed to be like May of 2020, but then we all know what happened.
Right.
So we had to push it.
So you put,
there.
but did she know you were gonna? Did you?
No. Yeah, we didn't even talk about it. So it was like I was just guessing. Like, oh, what if she says no? So the year after, we went to San Diego, Black's Beach, which is a nude beach. I didn't know that.
Oh, Black's Beach, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm very familiar with that.
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
And so you were naked.
No, there were no naked people. I wish there were naked people, but
Okay.
we just did it there. It was funny because my friend Marlon, he brought his drone.
Oh, so you have to get pictures.
Yeah, and then he was there. He's like, "Oh, it's a new drone. I'm just gonna test it out. It's nice sunset."
So it was ready. You were ready for it.
Yeah, we were ready, but she knew it was gonna happen.
Did she?
She did.
Very cool.
How'd you do it?
Did you get what? Did you get on your knee?
I don't remember. The moment I asked, I blacked out.
It's on
blacked
a
out.
drone somewhere. It's on a drone somewhere.
Yeah.
I did it in Paris.
Oh.
Yeah. So my wife, my girlfriend at the time, Alice, she was visiting her sister who was having a baby. And so she was there for a few weeks, and I was meeting her after a gig. And so I decided, like, I had bought this ring. I show up there, and actually I told AJ that I was AJ Raphael, that I was going to do it. He's, like a little brother, and he's already been married. I married him. We were at the wedding.
Oh, yeah.
And so he was like, get pictures. I promise you. Like, get a photographer. I'm like, she doesn't even know I'm going to do it. He goes, I know, but whatever. Believe me, you don't want to do this without some kind of record.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So we were in breakfast in Paris, and we were looking, and she was like, let's go see the Eiffel Tower today. And I was like, oh yeah, it's a good idea. I was like, you know what we should do? We should get a photographer. And she said, why? I said, I don't know, because we're going to be doing it. It's so nice. And I was looking at like Soho experience, like Airbnb experiences.
Yeah.
And it was like a photographer for the Eiffel Tower. I was like, they know where all the spots are. And then we can do something for the gram.
Yeah.
For the gram.
Yeah, I got
like,
to.
She's like, for the gram? I'm like, yeah, it's only like $100. We like, guy follows around. And so she was like, down. She's like, okay, that's cool. That sounds all right. It's cheesy, but let's do it. And so she was like, she picked the photographer, she picked the Eiffel Tower, and then by the time we did it, she looked at me, she turned around, and she thought I was joking.
Oh.
She was like, what are you doing? But it was good. We have all the pictures. And then she
nice.
said
You got
yes.
pictures. So she planned the whole photographer and
She
engagement
planned,
then?
yeah, she planned the engagement even though she didn't know she was going to get engaged. Matter of fact, that day after breakfast, we're walking around Paris, and we're like just little shops and stuff, and she's like, sees this little chintzy little ring, little fake ring. She's like, you like this ring? Can you get me this ring? I'm like, you want me to get you that ring today?
Yeah.
That shitty little ring? Today? Sure. What is that? Pink rock? Get that thing.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Fake gold. Let's go.
How did May take it?
Oh no, I know.
You didn't tell her?
May, we broke. I think we broke up in the show.
Oh, you did?
I don't know. Because I don't know who. I think they did. That's what someone was telling me.
I can't remember. Oh wait, they're going to or they did?
I think they did.
Oh.
I don't know if they're going to, but
Oh my
someone
gosh.
said they don't end up together.
Oh.
So, man, Avatar, I'm such a big fan.
Yes.
I watched it growing up, and me and one of my best friends, we watched it so much that in high school, his girlfriend got him like the DVD series.
Dope.
And we watched it all again. And then,
So you're OG fan base.
oh yeah, every girlfriend I've ever had, I made them sit down and watch it with me. And
That's
I watched
great.
it probably 3 or 4 times.
Yeah,
all the way
I was
through.
one of those people.
You also
Yeah.
made you watch it.
And then and then we broke up.
Yep.
Yeah.
What element did you?
I feel like
What did you feel
water.
akin to? Water?
Yeah, because air.
Dang.
Everybody
Alex.
wants to be air.
Alex, you're water. Get Roy.
It changes every decade.
Roy.
It's every decade, bro.
You know him very well.
Yeah.
Does he feel like water to you?
No, it's all fire,
Hell no,
bro.
all fire,
You're
nation,
all
for
fire,
sure.
dude.
Oh,
When are you ever calm, dude?
Okay, I'll be fire.
Yeah.
I'll take
You're
whichever
wearing
one.
a red shirt.
Whichever one will take me. I will go to that.
What did you feel like?
When I was 10, I was air.
I
When
can see
was-
you have a lot of airiness to you for sure. Fun and kind of
Yeah.
the jokester, and
But recently,
Yeah.
I feel more fire. Yeah. I think it's time. You know.
You are, you run in a little empire. You run an empire. If you're gonna run an empire,
You're a little, yeah.
that's
I feel
very
like when
Fire
you
Nation.
run a,
That's true,
If you're
that's
going
true, that's
empire,
true.
you're going Fire Nation.
I feel like whenever people like run empires and like businesses and stuff, they have to be a little fiery, a little crazy.
yeah,
Well, in real life, what element would you want?
Fire.
Fire Nation
Really?
forever.
I used to burn a lot of things when I was
Me
like
too, but
We're
like,
Filipino too, so we kind of like in tropic areas.
That's
true.
true.
But like, what fire is cool, but in normal life, if you're not fighting people, what are you gonna do with fire?
Cook.
Okay, but then you could be an airbender and you could like make
No,
little.
air
would probably-
air's cool.
I feel like air and
I
water.
mean, air's nice if you're in Disneyland. It's hot. You just cool yourself.
True.
That's about it.
or earth bending. That would be really useful in real
I
life.
like Earth
Yeah,
because we live on Earth.
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it's basically Earth around us at all times.
Yeah.
And then you just gotta buy land and you can build your own house.
And water's cool if you live by a beach. We live in California.
Water's cool. But
Yeah. Are you fire? Like truly fire?
I'm fire. I mean, I'm a Earth. My horoscopes are Earth sign.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
go with that, but but I'm fire.
Oh, my
I'm fire.
horoscope.
I'm Fire Nation forever.
Oh.
But I got a lot of Earth in me. I think I got a lot of Earth in me.
What's your sign? Your
Fire.
horoscope sign?
Leo.
too?
Fire. Leo.
Oh, I'm fire too.
Yeah, you're fire.
Oh,
as well.
dang.
Yeah, you guys are Fire Nation.
Yeah, we out here.
Yeah.
But I mean, I did talk about the primal astrology with Tim. Did you guys hear about the primal astrology?
No, what's this?
It takes your
astrology?
east and west. Your eastern and western astrology sign and put it together. It becomes like your spirit animal or like your animal.
Yeah.
Huh.
Right? So, so I'm a Virgo and a rabbit. Mm-hmm. So that makes me an earthworm.
An earthworm?
I know.
You're true earth then.
That's very necessary, though.
But yeah, it's very necessary.
You keep the world running.
I know my wife is she's an Aries and a dragon.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
She's a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Oh, dang! Worms. I heard they were like cohesively
Yeah.
living back in the day.
Yeah.
'Cause
I
worms
mean-
were around too in dinosaur
Well,
days.
that's the thing is like she's a Tyrannosaurus Rex. She's extinct. They're extinct. They're so powerful. Apex predator, but they're gone. And even though she's the apex predator, and maybe the earthworm is maybe the bottom of the bottom of the
Yeah,
like,
but they're survivors
No.
though.
yeah, we're survivors. And when it all goes down,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like
They renew life.
The earthworm eats
Yeah.
them all.
When I was
But-
a kid, I put an earthworm on an electric fence one time.
That's not cool.
I
That's
burnt
not,
one.
That's Fire Nation. That's not cool.
That's
Yeah,
Fire
that's Fire
Nation
Nation.
like tendencies. Wait, okay, I want to know mine.
That's like
That's like lightning bending.
You're Leo. And
Leo and a goat.
Leo and Goat.
Leo.
Oh, you're
goat.
LeBron James.
You're like, maybe.
Maybe.
Okay, I'm a swan.
What?
Swan?
Let me hear a swan sound. That's a horny ass swan.
Swan's probably quack or something, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what's
Okay, Swan's
Aries?
pretty nice. Swan's not bad.
Swan's
Yeah,
elegant.
That's
What
elegant.
about Aries and horse?
Aries and horse. Swan's like 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh yeah.
You're a horse?
Yeah, horse and Aries.
Horse and
Horse? Yeah, that's definitely you, bro.
What?
It says hammerhead shark.
That's what I've always felt like I was.
damn, hammerhead
Yeah.
shark is cool. Swan's pretty cool.
Yeah, you know what? Hammerheads, they eat swans.
Yeah.
So
Damn, you're a hammerhead shark?
Yeah, it's weird though, because when I was a kid, I thought hammerhead shark was like one of the top sharks. Now he's probably not even in my top 5.
You're a
There's
shark
great
person?
white.
You're a
there's
shark
whales.
person?
No. But
Shark Week-
when I
during
think
Shark
about
Week-
sharks, I don't think about hammerhead sharks like I did when I was a kid.
Yeah, but they're cool looking.
Yeah.
They're the best looking shark, like the most
Yeah.
unique looking
They're
sharks.
cute. They're cute.
So the primal Australia, what does that mean?
I don't know.
That's just like
it's
you
just another thing for us to put on. It's like what, like you know, you can have another like
Yeah.
what house and what like Harry Potter
Harry
house,
Potter house.
Yeah.
Gryffindor.
You're Gryffindor?
Yeah.
I'm what's the green one?
Jigglypuff.
Oh, I'm Slytherin.
You know what else I've seen every episode of?
What?
American Dragon Jake Long.
Have you?
Every episode.
I feel like that's an underappreciated show.
It was very good.
I mean, I go to Comic Cons now. And it's like your generation's grown up, and a lot of people want to talk about American Dragon because it's such
Yep.
it's a cool show, but a weird show.
It was weird.
It was the animation changed,
Yep,
which was
it did.
a little bit weird.
It was like the snake one, and then he became the big one, right?
the big one was the original one,
oh yeah.
and then it became the snake one,
yeah.
which people were always like, why?
I think it's because the big one didn't seem like a kid. It turned into him. So the other one is teenage, and then
Yeah, well, they made it teen. At first, they said they wanted the kids to grow up a little bit because they were gonna kiss.
Yeah. Oh.
ew.
And the little kid, the first one, they looked like 12
Yeah.
or 11. They wanted to look more like 13, 14, 15 to kiss. I was like, okay, that makes sense. But then the first dragon was like the big dragon, which
Yeah.
I kind of like that dragon. It's
He
like
is
the American dragon. And then when they changed the body style, they wanted to pay more homage to the Chinese part. And so they made it more like the
snaky.
the-
Okay, I know
the,
what you mean.
the OG Chinese dragon.
Like Mushu.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made like a Mushu dragon.
Yeah.
As opposed, I guess, is a European dragon is more.
Like Game of Thrones.
Yeah, those dragons a little more barrel chested and
Yeah,
big.
yeah.
And then the Chinese dragon's like a snake.
Like a spirit.
Yeah.
I don't know the.
Oh, like Shenron.
Yeah. That's their primal animal.
Have you
over
heard
there.
about the whole concepts about how dragons have been kind of part of all these like cultures since the beginning of time, but like supposedly like they're they're fictional or
Yeah.
whatever, right?
Yeah.
But they're like, why do all these cultures have these dragons in them? And there's like a whole thing about.
So you're saying they were real at one point?
Well, there's also this whole thing, this book we were like reading back in the day called The Reptilian Agenda.
Oh.
Have you heard about this?
No.
It's like this whole concept about how these dragons were kind of like we come from dragons of some sort.
We like evolved from
like
dragons?
maybe parts of us, some of us, like the whole concept of like blue bloods. You know that they say the blue bloods are like the rich people, like the people who run things, are the blue bloods.
Yeah.
And like the concept of like blue blooded, like what is the blue blood?
It's a red blood. Is it?
It's like the blood of reptiles.
Oh, cold-blooded.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so they're saying like this is a whole thing that we might have been derived from like these dragons and
Is
these
that why our
reptilian.
veins are blue?
Yeah, weird stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. The book is probably crazy. It's just one of those conspiratorial things that
Yeah.
you read sometimes with friends.
Dragons
and,
are
like, freak
powerful. They had to like weaken them nowadays to make them
the-
dragonflies.
out. True.
Yeah.
But
You
the
know-
other crazy thing is
What?
like white people hunted the dragons and tried to kill the dragons and all the fairy tales, and then Asian people like worship the dragons.
Yeah, they're like
Oh.
friends with the
they're
dragon.
like friends with them, and they're like, that's crazy.
You know,
Dude.
I actually saw a post that said they found fossils of dinosaurs that looked like they had wings, but they weren't the pterodactyls. And they were like, they think it might be dragons because the bones were hollow too, so that they were able to fly. And they were like, dragons might have been real.
Dude, I think about this like every now and then. Like when
too.
not dragons, and not Roman Empire either. It's like when I die, I want to know everything instantly.
Oh.
Like the history of the world, all the like secrets, and
Yeah.
like if dragons were real, Tyrannosaurus Rex, if earthworms ate it, and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Do you think like full omnipotence?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
oh yeah,
It's
get
like
it.
downloaded into your brain.
Yeah. I wonder which religion is right. Oh, wait, they were all right. They're all here. What's up,
I
everybody?
know. I think about these stuff sometimes when I'm going through TikTok.
Yeah.
Because I guess I'm on a crazy algorithm where they'll send me like weird stuff. I have like a thing in my one of my list is like weird things to think about.
Yeah.
And it's like these TikToks about whatever, dragons,
Yeah.
or there's this one thing I've been heavy on.
What is it?
Is it the North Sea? No.
No, what's the North Sea?
Oh, you'll
wait
get
till you
there.
get to that
You'll
part.
get there.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
The Tartarian Empire?
What is that?
Tartarian?
That's the Game of Thrones, isn't it?
No, it's like I guess there's this whole conspiracy about how in the 1800s there's all these great buildings, but it's like on dirt roads. And they're like, how could you build all these great like everyone's in horse and carriages, but even to get all this stuff there,
Oh yeah.
they'd have to. And then they have this concept where there were these giants
Oh.
in the 1800s that were
Yeah.
like helping to build these things. Giant.
Yeah, I've seen all this
That's
stuff.
crazy.
I've had deep dives into like giants, how the pyramids were made, how if Bigfoot is real, all this evidence on
Yeah.
it. I've dived into all that.
Right. And I
Wow.
think it's probably all fictitious, but I like some of where we're going.
Yes.
Giants?
Giants. I didn't even know. I thought you were gonna
Giants
say
would be cool.
aliens. Low-key.
Well, aliens for sure. Aliens.
Yeah. The
For
universe
sure.
is too huge. But giants, I don't know.
I mean, I think we could be the aliens, maybe.
and everything else is
we
the thing.
we invaded.
Like we are probably like we could be scioned from aliens.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
What do you believe in aliens?
I
Because
don't know. I've never met any, but maybe.
yeah,
never met
I mean,
any aliens?
this right here, this guy's right an alien.
Do you believe in aliens?
I believe in other
Possible.
I think it's possible in our galaxy. I think there are other like living creatures, but I don't think that there's anything in our galaxy smarter than us because they would have found us already. Maybe
Or
outside
they
of us.
did find us and they're not letting us know.
Yeah, we're not even worthy.
Well, I read that there are. Yeah, this is what not read, but again, I don't know if it's something on a
Yeah, for sure.
podcast or a TikTok. Yeah. They're saying there are probably other species out there, but for us to go from one place to another, it takes so much time that by the time an alien species gets to our planet, we'll have come and gone already.
True.
Because it may take like 10 million years to get there, but our lifespan on Earth is only going to be like 1 million or 2 million years. So the chance of us meeting each other is like very slim.
You ever heard of USOs?
No.
Unidentified submerged objects.
Oh.
The reason why we can't go in deep sea is because we're
I
not
also dig
allowed
that.
there.
I dig that.
Yeah, and the only thing that can survive there is the USOs, which are aliens, and it's believed, rumored,
Octopus.
octopus.
They're pretty alien-like. They're like the most alien-like creature on Earth.
Yeah,
could be.
and I
Crazy.
said an octopus can go that deep.
That's for
and they
sure.
said it probably could survive in outer space.
That's true. They're the cockroaches of land. They can survive.
And they're intelligent.
Yeah.
I have friends that don't eat octopus anymore because it says too intelligent.
Yeah. Have you seen the My Friend Octopus
That's
thing?
what I'm talking about.
So good. You haven't seen that?
No, what's that?
It's this guy who would go into the ocean every day and like dive, and then this octopus would
My octopus teacher.
the octopus started coming up to him, and then every time then he started going for like a year or so, and every time the octopus would find him, and then he would just like get to know the octopus, and they would interact, and then he would see like
They're conscious.
yeah.
They're conscious and communicate and everything. They're like alien.
So that guy's probably an alien.
I don't
The
know.
octopus kind of like dissected his mind right there.
There was a part where like he saw his friend octopus getting attacked, and he's like, I can't disrupt nature. And I was like, bitch, I would have been in there I would have punched a shark for my
Shark?
friend.
Shark?
Yeah, I'm a hammerhead. It's okay.
This is
Oh,
true.
you're right.
It's the same species.
Have you guys dived?
Like, no, I'm
not
scared.
crazy.
I'm scared of anything that I cannot
USO?
see. Yeah, dude, look at USOs, brother. If I can't see my feet underwater, it's over. I don't like it.
Have you in the Philippines, the Philippines has some of the best diving in
that's
the
what
world.
I do.
Yeah.
I love cliff diving, but I haven't scuba dived.
No, scuba diving has some of the best scuba diving
I
in
haven't
the
done
world. The Philippines, Cebu in Cebu.
Oh, that's where I went to whale sharks there.
yeah,
Also-
And the
Bhutan
canyoneering.
ding.
Have you done the
Bhutan
canyoneering?
ding? Yes.
You don't like it? It's my favorite thing I've ever
No,
did. I
it
think.
was dope, but I was not prepared.
Oh,
Have you done canyoneering?
no, I
I
couldn't.
didn't know what it was either.
I
It's
And
just
then I was
jumping
like,
off
oh,
cliffs, right?
Airbnb. So I was like I'm big on when I travel now. I'm big
Yeah.
on like Airbnb experiences. All the stupid stuff when you're young, you're like, I'm not doing any of that stuff. I'm just going to all these cities and going to clubs. Like now you get older, you're like, nah, I want to see
Experience.
I want to experience like food tour, like all
Yeah.
this kind of stuff. And so I was shooting this Amazon show in Cebu, which is very cool. I played this bad guy on this show called Paradise on Amazon. And so with Dean Devlin. But I had one day off, and my wife's with me, and I was like, we got to go somewhere, we got to do something. And so I was like, oh, let's go to I saw waterfalls.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, canyoneering. Let's go to the canyon and just check out the waterfalls. Bro, they picked us up at like 5 a.m. and they drove us all the way to the edge of Cebu.
Yep.
And then we went diving, snorkeling and
Yeah.
diving. So it was cool. We had a good breakfast. It goes right off the edge. It goes miles down. Mm-hmm. Like it's some of the best diving in the world. I'm like, wow, there's like we met this couple from Finland who created a whole diving camp because they're like, this is like some of the best diving in the world. It was like, crazy. So we did that for the morning, and then we got on motorcycles.
Yeah.
You probably did what you did. Yeah. And they drove us. First of all, it was me and my wife on one motorcycle with a guy driving us. Super Filipino style.
bro.
This was like, what are we doing? And I'm like, maybe 15-minute drive up into the mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, what are we doing? What's going on? They gave us a vest and a helmet.
Yeah.
And then we got on a zip line and we did like like a 5-minute zip line into the jungle.
Whoa.
It
And
just keeps going.
We kept going like, what are we doing out here? And then we go into the jungle and then we start hiking through the canyon.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
It has been the same thing.
Yeah.
But like we're hiking, like literally you're jumping into friggin' rapids.
Oh my God.
And you're hiking, like the water's here, the water's above my head. Yeah. My wife doesn't like heights. We're like, babe, you gotta jump. She's like, what? I climb down. So you can't climb down the side of friggin'.
You have no choice. Yeah.
Yeah, like slippery rocks.
I didn't know it was rapids. I thought it was like just clear, calm water.
No.
you jumped
I
I think we
into.
went to different ones because mine was clear, calm.
No,
water.
no, mine was like, it was clear and calm at certain, and the other parts it was rapids.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is crazy. It was so much fun, but it's like we're in and out of the water, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like 2 hours in, and I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
I did not know we were doing this today, right?
Yeah.
Crap,
And I'm
bro.
like soaking wet, but I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
To my guy, and he looks at me, he goes, yeah, we only have 2 more hours to go.
It's a 6-hour excursion.
What the hell? Like, I said, what? He goes, yeah, we have 2 more hours. I'm like,
Oh.
I did not know we signed up for a
Yeah.
4-hour hike. Did you just say 4?
They said, you want to do canyoneering? I was like, I want to do adrenaline stuff. They're like, yeah. So I went, and
Okay.
then we did the whale sharks in the morning.
Yeah.
And then they were like, we're going to go canyoneering.
Which is amazing.
It's cool. It's scary, though.
The Bhutan ding. It
When-
is scary.
When they open their mouth and you're underwater,
The
you're
fish
like,
that's as
"Oh."
big as a bus swimming with you in the
Yeah.
ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah, and their mouth, it can easily fit 2 of me in
They're
there.
not aggressive, I'm assuming.
Not at
right?
all.
No,
They're just
they're
chilling.
Yeah.
they don't
That's
eat
wild.
meat, but
No, they
they're
don't.
but they're super agile.
And the crazy thing is when like they're under there and then they throw like whatever in there to get them to come eat, you're like watching them. They're like 10 feet from you, and then they open their mouth and you can see the water getting vacuumed in, and you're like, oh, you start swimming backwards because you're a little nervous.
Oh my gosh.
But then we went to canyoneering, didn't know what it was gonna be, and we had to do a hike up one side of the mountain.
Oh, they
like
hike you hiked up.
3 miles, yeah, and then it was just like 10 jumps on the way down.
All right.
Yeah, and that was pretty much it. But
Dude,
it
we
was
did
awesome.
A 5-minute like zip line into, and then you
Yeah.
got to get out for it. But what's crazy is like it was rapids for sure. So we did different canyons.
Yeah.
But we're American.
Yeah.
And like you do things in America, and even though it's kind of like dangerous, it's like
Yeah.
It's safe.
it's safe. There's handlebars.
Yeah.
This is the Philippines.
Yeah.
This is like.
Wait, how did you go on the
Nothing.
zip line? It was a plastic bag?
No, the zip line was pretty good, but
Bring
even
your
the
own
zip
belt.
line was crazy. We were going so fast,
Yeah.
and then at the end, like 6 seconds before we hit, like, oh yeah, put your head down right now, because
Yeah.
and we finally went like that, and then hit so hard, boom! If we didn't put our heads
Yeah.
down, we would have hit our head on the friggin' break or whatever. I was like, bro, we've been doing this for 5 minutes, like 5 seconds before we go in there. You tell me to not die by putting my head down. And so every time we were jumping off these like 10 feet, 15 feet, 20 feet, and they're like, okay, so jump here. Don't jump there because there's rocks there. If you jump there,
you might die.
I'm like, bro, why don't you get people to clear this stuff? I'll die right there. He's like, yeah, so only jump there. I'm like, my guy, I'm not a professional jumping person. What the hell? Like you think, 4-hour hike, if you twist your ankle.
Oh yeah.
Or something, I'm
It's
like,
done.
What?
You can't go back.
What do we do? And the guy's like, well, sometimes it storms and it gets flooded up because one time the helicopters had to come and get us.
Oh my God.
I'm like, my wife is freaking out. But guess what? In the 2 hours in, right in the middle, there's Filipino barbecue.
Oh yeah.
There's the people like out of nowhere just that live there or something.
Yeah. They're like, you have to buy it. Where else are you gonna go?
Yeah, and they're cooking freaking Filipino barbecue and hot dogs. I'm like, yes, I'll take all of this.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, good. We'll just settle up later on. I'm like, all right, cool.
That's so sick. I saw this video, like marathon runners in the Philippines. You know the aid stations in America, they have like water and like Cliff Bars. And then the aid stations in the Philippines, like lechon. Literally a table with lechon. They would run like,
in the middle, you eat pork. Oh my gosh.
Dude, Filipinos are so friendly, man.
On the Filipino tip, you gotta give props. What's that guy won the first gold medal for the
Oh
Philippines?
yeah. We just talked about it. And then 2020, the girl won for the first time.
Really? What did she win in?
She won in lifting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even know we had a Filipino
Gymnastics.
team. Did you?
I didn't even know Filipinos knew what the Olympics were.
Wouldn't you guys? I think like I don't know. You guys could get on a Filipino national team
thought
for
about it.
something.
We were talking about that because
Bobsled?
they're going to be in LA.
Well, LA, summer games. Remember how the Jamaicans put together a bobsled team?
Yeah.
I feel like we can get together with some of our friends and get a bobsled team together.
So us three, I think we only need one or two more.
Are you a citizen?
Of the Philippines?
Yeah.
No, are you?
I am.
I got it. You got your dual citizenship? Are you?
No.
You're not a citizen. Me and Alex are slack. But I can be. I have to be. I can be one.
Yeah, I was talking to Alex. I was like, we should skeet. You ever skeet?
Shoot?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. I thought he was talking about the other one.
No one skeets.
Skeet.
I was like, that's all I do.
Yeah. We could all skeet together.
I know, but even though we do it and no one else in the country does it, we still have to qualify.
Yeah. It's not
Well,
too
we could
hard.
just take out the competition, like give them some laxatives and stuff.
You think that's the best thing? Ski? Are you a good shooter?
I could be. If I'm
Are you good with
hyperfixated,
guns?
I could be. Nerf guns, yeah.
Yeah, Nerf guns. It's. I guess I've shot a gun.
I mean, just it's not that
I've
hard.
shot a bunch of guns, yeah.
Yeah, you guys are from the South.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go.
You're from the South. What else could it be besides gun shooting?
Interpretive dancing.
The break dancing.
We could do some.
Breakdancing.
We could
Australia.
It's gone.
breakdance.
Australia.
We could learn the fire dance that Aang
fire
and
dance would be
Zuko
good.
did. The little dragon thing.
I think bobsled. Curling.
Curling.
Oh,
you're talking about the Winter
yeah,
Games.
Yeah,
In like
I
2
don't know.
years.
I think winter games we could be.
Who would be the?
Because of course the other thing is because we're from a hot country, there'll be like no winter sports.
Yeah.
competition.
Oh, so they need.
Curling is
They probably
hard,
need some
though.
people.
Is it hard?
I think so, because you gotta like scrape it the right way in order
I
for it
think
to
we can
like.
learn that part.
Who's gonna send it?
Someone has to send it.
I'm gonna sweeper because the Willis.
I can sweep
Yeah, me
too.
too.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys sweep. I'll throw.
You
Okay,
sweep.
cool.
Yeah, you throw.
Yeah.
I bet you we can.
I think we could do it. I'm sure. Like
I just know they scream a lot. Like, oh, go,
Yeah.
what? I'm like,
we can win that one because it doesn't take a lot of like muscular,
Yeah.
like prowess. It's more.
But it's tricky though. Those are more like skill based.
Yeah, but
And those
I
are
think
harder.
I've never done it once in my life, so
Me
I don't
neither,
know what
me
I'm talking
neither.
about. But I would try.
Yeah, I could try.
Which is this? We could try it.
I want to switch the topic up and talk about how long were you together before marriage?
Damn, not that long. We started dating right before COVID.
Oh,
2019.
2019. We actually started dating like the Saturday after Black Friday before COVID hit.
Oh wow.
And then we got official on Valentine's Day, and then COVID hit,
Oh.
and then we stared at each other for like a year and a half.
and if we can make it through that, we can make it through marriage.
Yeah, and that kind of propelled things. Like all of a sudden, like a year relationship was like equivalent of like
Oh yeah.
4.
4-year relationship.
Oh
you know?
yeah. He was like, 8
You were
years?
together for forever, right?
Yeah, I think we celebrated our 11 year like 2 years
Has
ago.
it been that long?
Yeah, dude.
Dang.
It's
Dude, you were like a kid.
yeah. So like when we first moved here, we were probably dating like a year.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
whole time?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
didn't date in L.A.?
Nope.
That's rough, buddy.
Yeah. I know
No
that. I
dating
know
in
that
L.A.
line.
You let Alex date all the girls in L.A.?
Yeah. Thank you.
Alex is like, I got this, Roy. So your girl's from...
She's from
South-
Florida.
She's from... Oh, you guys are...
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are like transplants from a whole nother region.
Yeah, I know.
You didn't bring anybody from that side of the world?
No, I
Brought his brother.
Your brother or your brother?
When I moved here, I did have a girlfriend, which was his wife's roommate at the time. We broke
That's
up.
definitely rough, buddy.
Yeah.
For sure.
And then
Was
we
she
broke
at
up.
the wedding?
No.
Who?
Is that...
No. We
don't
broke
talk
up
about
like
her.
when we first moved in. We first moved here like a little bit after we.
How
broke-
long?
Probably like
How
6.
long did it take Alex to get to LA? Be like, hey, guess what? We can't do this anymore.
Probably like 2 months.
Yeah,
I would say
probably
2
2
months.
months?
Well, because she lived in Florida and she was in college, so and we were like together for a little bit. We weren't together for super long, so I would have to go across the country. And when I was in North Carolina to Florida, it wasn't a big deal. But from
drive. It's a
California,
drive.
yeah. But it's only like a 1-2 hour flight.
And you guys were kids.
Yeah. So
When I first met you guys were like kids.
yeah, we were like 24,
naive.
25. Yeah.
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 So you are a soon-to-be father.
I am a soon-to-be father.
Are you worried? Nervous?
I am
Excited?
I'm excited, a little nervous. Mm-hmm. It was somewhat planned.
yeah.
It was like we found out that we could be pregnant. We're like, we're pregnant? What? And then we went to the doctor and he's like, yeah, you're pregnant. We're like, oh, we're pregnant.
What was the first sign? Like, was she feeling off or
she
something?
wasn't feeling, her tongue turned purple.
What? Is that a thing?
Yes. She's from Central Asia, where the Chow Chow dogs are from.
Uh-huh.
And Chow Chow dogs have
Purple
purple
tongue.
tongues.
What?
What is
I said maybe. No, but seriously, her tongue turned purple. I don't even know why. We still don't know why. And I was away, and she was with her friend, and she wasn't feeling. She felt dizzy, and her tongue. She's like, "Babe, my tongue is purple." I was like, "Go to the hospital."
Yeah.
Like, what is that? Maybe you don't have enough oxygen. She got her levels checked and everything, and she said all your levels are good, but you may need to get a pregnancy test. And we went to the doctor. We got the pregnancy test, and then he was like, "You guys are pregnant," and we're like, "Whoa!" And he goes, "And you're like," he checked. It's like 7 weeks.
Oh.
And he's like, "What were you guys doing 7 weeks ago?" And we were like, "That's the weekend we got married."
Yeah. We were doing the horizontal
Yeah,
mamba.
exactly. So it was a wedding. It was a wedding
It's
baby,
a wedding baby.
which is
Those are rare, no?
I guess so.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess so. It was pretty surprising. So we weren't not trying, but
Yeah.
we weren't trying. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's a blessing. It's cool. I
Yeah.
think it took us a while to get our mind around, but now we're very excited.
Aw.
We're like in the 3rd trimester. She's Chinese Uyghur. You ever heard of Uyghur? You know what Uyghur is? Uyghur?
Isn't that like the in
Yeah,
Pacific
they know.
Rim and the monsters that they fight?
Yeah.
Oh,
Or-
Jaeger. That's Jaeger.
Yeah, it's
oh,
Uyghur.
okay. Oh, yeah.
First time I met her, I asked about Uyghur. She said, "I'm Uyghur." I said, "What is that? Like Shrek?" There's nothing wrong with Shrek. Shrek is cool. Shrek
Yeah,
is
it's a classic.
Shrek is cool.
Yeah.
And she said no. They're Uyghurs, but they're Chinese. It's a part of China that's culturally the Muslim part of China. Also, it's on this the border of like Russia and Kazakhstan and those things. So she speaks Mandarin. So anyway, our baby's half Uyghur, half Filipino.
Whoa.
And we're very excited. Now we can see you can start to see the baby's face.
Yeah.
She is concerned about the Filipino nose.
Oh.
She's concerned about the Filipino nose.
What's concern? Are you sure concern is the right word?
Concern is a word. You know what I'm talking about. It's
flat nose, flat nose.
You're
I didn't get
mestizo.
it.
You know when you're mestizo,
Yeah.
they always worry about the Filipino nose, right?
Yep. My wife, her mom used to just put her nose like this. They like rub it
pinch
like this.
My grandfather for my whole life was telling me to pinch which is super self-hatred racism.
Yeah.
Americans up in here, Filipinos become American. My grandfather, World War II vet, would tell me as a very young kid, Dante, every day, pinch
Yeah.
the bridge of your nose.
Yeah. That's
Y'all know
crazy.
Filipinos out there know.
You don't have a Filipino nose, though.
I do. I grew into my nose. I always had like a bigger nose than my brothers, but thank God I grew into my nose. Your nose is pretty good looking.
This one?
Yeah, you look.
because my grandma did
Why
this
do you
too.
have? You have a good bridge.
Oh, thanks, man.
Damn,
Yeah,
you're
people-
half white, right? So
Yeah.
you cheating.
I feel left out. You know, I was telling Roy about in the Philippines how they wear braces for cosmetic reasons.
They do.
That's
Yeah,
what I
so you
said.
know when you go there and you just see a bunch of adults with braces
Yeah.
on, it's all just it's like wearing a Rolex to show you have money.
Who told
You didn't know
this?
that?
Who told you
you
My
that?
bodyguards told me.
Okay.
Your bodyguard.
Yeah, in the Philippines.
Okay.
They said, "Oh yeah, it's just
I
to
need
show you have
bodyguards when
money."
I go to the film. Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Why are they
Cool.
such a showy culture?
I don't know.
You know, you see like in the I love the Philippines. I love being
Yeah,
We're
same.
going
Me
to the
too.
Philippines. We go home, and then it's like all of a sudden you're in the street. And, there's a class of folk struggling. We out there trying to, but then
Yeah.
then you got a Louis Vuitton purse.
Yeah.
Like what in the
But it's
hell?
not real. How you know it's real, though?
Whether it's Green Hills or fake or
Yeah.
real or whatever,
Yeah.
you're wearing chinelas in the streets, hot. Just walked probably 5 miles.
Yeah.
I don't know if you got off a jeepney.
Yeah.
And you're telling me you need that Louis Vuitton purse. What is going on? We don't need that Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, I don't know.
Enjoy.
Just look good, feel good, live a good life.
It's
you know?
true.
I guess
It's
that's
true.
That's
yeah.
it,
Even
right?
all the celebrities over there are half something else.
That is a situation. Shout out.
And they
to-
use bleach soap.
That's not cool.
My mom's been using bleach soap her whole life.
No, bleach soap.
Yeah.
But your mom's like not.
I know. It doesn't work. I don't know why she keeps doing it. She's doing it her whole life.
Is your mom Moreno?
She's the same as Roy.
Yeah,
Maybe a
we're
little
all-
darker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is one of the cultures because we're like Spanish colonized, we're still like, the whole
Yep.
dang thing. We are. It's one of the only places that you can go see just straight bleach your skin, like on a billboard.
Yeah.
Like life is better
Yeah.
if you bleach your
yeah.
skin.
And yeah, that's
Like,
everywhere.
It's like for people that don't understand out there, it's like seeing the white tooth, like the Colgate white one, right?
Yeah.
And it's very easy, like, brighten your teeth up before or after. They just have that for brown
Do they have
people.
before and after?
Yeah.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
Wait,
on
wait, wait.
billboards. On
Is it just a really
billboards.
dark person?
Yes.
No way.
There's no way that works.
Yes,
though.
Never
and
s- I
you're
didn't see
like,
that one.
but it makes you feel like cringy. Like, well, that's such a bad look.
That's so crazy because like a lot of the world want to tan.
That's what I'm saying. What
The
allowed
grass is
us?
always greener. The grass is
Yeah,
always
yeah,
greener.
yeah.
What allowed us to be like brown is bad?
I know,
you
but the other thing is you're living on a super hot island where the sun is always beaming on you. Why do you want to lose the pigment in your skin so you would just get sunburned?
I think it's because it's just so common to be dark. So they being
something
uncommon is
different.
the unique thing. So they're like, oh, how can we be uncommon?
Yeah.
Or
It's
like,
a colonized concept. It's a
Yeah.
colonized situation.
Yeah, I guess.
And you could say it's it is all that, but also
Yeah.
just like even us as Americans now, even white Americans, like we're a colony of England. The second a British person comes around, everyone's like, hey.
yeah.
And it's like I have friends that are Brits, and they're like not even cool British people, or they're like broke. They're like
Yeah.
classified as like ghetto ass British people, but
Yeah.
then they come to America and everyone thinks they're like
like cool
they're
because their
cool
accent.
British.
Yeah.
They're like they're so posh, and you're like, yeah, this is crazy.
Like,
Americans.
what's up, pushy?
Yeah, and everyone's like,
sorry, sir.
sorry, sir. How are you doing? You're so smart. You're so interesting. It's the I don't know how it works. It just how it happens.
Oh dear.
Have you have you decided what you're gonna go by to your kid? Like, are they gonna call you dad, papa, pops, father? I think I want to go by father.
I have not thought about
Father.
any of that
Hey,
stuff.
father, can
For
I have
sure.
lunch money?
Father.
Me, I want to go by daddy. Whenever I see like kids say daddy, I'm like, I like.
I
that.
think he's gonna start with
I'm
daddy.
kidding, bro. I'm not gonna do
No daddy.
Maybe as
Papa?
a
I'll do
kid,
papa.
yeah.
I like papa.
Well, hold on a second. What did you call your dads?
Papa.
Dad.
I go dad or pops. Dad. Papa?
Pa.
Pa.
Pa or papa. Yeah.
Oh, pa, yeah. I've heard him
Papa.
say that a lot, yeah.
Papa. He said, hey, Papa.
Yeah.
No, pa is
Pa.
mostly what I've heard you
Like
say.
11, like Stranger Things.
Papa.
Yeah.
I could never
Yeah.
say Papa because of Papa Smurf.
Oh, true, yeah.
So I grew up during like the Smurf times, and like Papa Smurf was a Papa Smurf. So it's just
Pa.
just how about the Philippine? You call your grandparents grandma, grandpa, or you call them Lola?
Grandma.
Me too. Grandma,
Yeah, you call
grandpa,
grandma too?
Grams, grandma.
On my dad's side, it's grandma, or it's papa and mama. It's super
Who?
country. Super country.
Papa?
You never heard that? Papa, Mama. You never heard that?
I've never heard that word in my life.
That's Kentucky. That's what it's
Papa?
yeah. It's super country. Papa and Mama, and then my on the side of Lolo and Lola. Yeah.
Oh,
you
see?
should go Lola.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't getting no
Depends
Lola,
on which
Lola.
side.
Some of my cousins called Lola, but we were like grandma and grandpa. We were like super American. We lost it quick.
The thing is, I grew up with my grandma in the Philippines, but they told me to call her grandma for some reason, so I called her grandma.
Yeah, Gramps and Grams. Grandma, Gramps.
Yeah, but my other side is mommy and tatay.
Tatai. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
Tatai.
So I didn't even know I was Filipino until I got to school.
What?
You didn't, hold on a second.
I didn't know. I got to like first grade, and some kid was like, "What are you?" And I was like, I'm a real boy." And then they were like, "No, like, what are you?" I was like, "I don't know. What do you mean?" And they're like, "I'm black. He's white. What are you?" And I was like,
Mexican.
I thought I was white. I don't know. And then they were like, "No," but a lot of the kids thought I was white with a tan.
Yeah.
Because I was a little lighter, I guess. But I remember, and then I went home and asked my parents, I'm like, "Oh, you're Filipino?" I was like, "What? Nice."
It is fascinating.
Because you don't think about that as a kid.
Yeah.
No, we do.
Oh, you guys?
I did. I took ESL when I was young.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think like everybody, I think like you too. Like I think all of us that are people of color in America, there is a moment. There's an inciting moment
Yep.
in your life where you like realize that you weren't white.
Yeah.
I
Or
think
you're
we all-
something. You're different.
Or something like,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, I'm not.
What was your moment?
I was talking to my friend Steve Myers, his blonde kid, and Srizzer said something, and I was like, "Oh yeah, you're white. I'm not." What the hell? Because I think he was just talking about something, but it just happens because I think as kids we don't really identify as
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah,
Just
you're
boys,
just
girls,
a kid, yeah.
kids, and your friends are your friends. You know them, and then something happens, and then you just realize like, oh damn, my dad's Filipino.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because your dad and mom's just dad and mom. You're not like, oh, your
Yeah.
uncles and aunts. So yeah, I think we all have that. So that was yours. Like,
Yeah.
what are you?
Yeah.
My dad says I'm Welsh, which is British,
Yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
think. So I was like, oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
it is British. It's, it's Welsh.
Sorry.
It's
You're
from
talking.
Wales. But the Welsh are again. So one of my homies I was just hanging out with this last weekend. Shout out to Matt Ryan, was telling me. He's an actor from Wales. He's Welsh.
Yeah.
But he's like, the Welsh are like looked down upon by the other Brits.
Oh.
Yeah, like the Welsh are like not. Well, I don't know I don't know how to put them in America.
So it's like Florida.
like Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, like they no.
We don't like Florida. No, just joking.
Yeah.
Not like Florida.
No, they're
They're
just
just like
the
the-
jungle people of UK.
The
Oh, okay.
Welsh,
Oh.
they don't speak the same language.
Yeah.
Originally they speak Welsh.
Yeah.
And then they're just, I don't know, they're just like not, they look down upon us. So
Yeah.
down on
Yeah.
us. But when they come to America, we're like, oh, you're just all just British people.
Yeah.
But so you're Welsh.
Yeah. Did you guys ever? This is another thing that it's pretty common. I don't know if you guys have been through it, but when you're a kid and then you start arguing about whose dad is better, you never had that scenario?
Not that much.
Really?
Was your dad better?
Then this kid, yeah. This kid's dad, his dad sucked. I don't know. But
Hold on a second. Your dad's Welsh and your mom's Filipino?
yeah, but he's just white. He's just
white.
American white.
And
yeah.
then how did they meet?
Military. He was in the Air Force.
Yeah, my
Why you
dad.
say it like that? He's just white.
He's just white. Like he says he's Welsh, but he's super
Welsh.
white. Yeah.
No, my dad was military also. Navy. Your dad?
Yeah.
Air Force.
Air Force,
Your
yeah.
dad, military?
No, he's works in the hospital.
How did you get to America?
My mom, she was a nurse, and then she found a job in North Carolina at Duke, and then
Your parent, you went to college?
I did.
What's he doing?
You didn't go to college? Me
No,
either.
I didn't go to college. And your dad's a doctor?
No. He's a nurse tech.
Oh yeah, they're all the hospital. I got aunts in
Where?
hospices.
How did you get? Were you born in the Philippines?
No, I was here, but my grandfather came over after World War II.
Oh, wow.
My grandfather's a World War II vet. My dad's a Vietnam vet.
Oh wow.
Like,
so you were here at the
Military.
whole time.
Yeah, I was here. I was here.
My dad was in the Air Force. He met my mom, and he's like, "Come to America. The zip lines are so much safer."
Yeah. Oh,
And
you
she's
met
like-
your mom in the Philippines?
Yeah, he was stationed there.
Damn.
And then he's like, "Come over here. There's, I'll bring all the bleach soap. I'll
Hold on a
order."
second.
Yeah.
Your mom's real Pinay.
Oh, super. Yeah, super.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She speaks Tagalog
Oh
everything.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Kamapangan. Yeah.
She's Pampanga.
Yeah.
She's from Pampanga.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, Air Force Base. Clark Air Force
Yep,
Base
Clark
up
Air
there.
Force Base. That's where
Damn,
I
we
was.
been up there. Oh,
Okay.
damn. It's
Oh,
actually nice
yeah.
up there now. I've
It
been to
is
the
nice.
mall
Yeah,
up there.
now
It's
it's
super
not
nice.
really a base, right? It's like
No, it's like a
Yeah.
little city.
Resort
like
thing,
province.
yeah.
They're redoing the airport there.
You
so
can use it now.
People can fly
Fly
there. It's
in.
easier.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because you know Manila Airport. It's
It's
so
crazy.
hard to get out of.
Yeah.
Hold up. So you could speak Tagalog?
No.
No?
I
He
can
knows
only
like 3 phrases.
I can only understand what my mom's face looks like when she's yelling at me in Tagalog, and then I'm like, oh, I'm in
Kapapanga?
trouble. Yeah, or it's like a mix of both. Like she switches off.
But she speaks it. So
Yeah.
she didn't speak it to you growing up?
she didn't have anybody to speak it to.
'Cause
So I
she's
guess
in
like I don't know. She didn't really have anybody to talk to. about-
Tagalog?
I understand,
Really?
but I speak. It's kind of weird and funky. You?
No.
You don't understand?
I'm trying. I mean, no. I mean, like, konti lang. Konti,
Ah,
konti.
konti lang. Ah, yeah.
Konti.
Konti lang.
But, I gotta learn. Do you want to learn?
Do I want to learn? I would love to learn. It's not on Duolingo.
I know,
would
that's
love
the
to.
problem. I'm on Duolingo.
It's
learning
not on there?
Mandarin.
No. There's a
No.
Rosetta Stone.
It's on
but-
Rosetta Stone. I got a Rosetta
We
But it's
failed.
weird because it's like half of... Because I try to learn Tagalog and then it's like half of it's Spanish. So
Yeah.
most of the Tagalog I know is Spanish because I grew up in LA. It's like we grew up with Spanish. And then like a quarter of it's just English with an accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other is like
And then the rest is like our tribal language. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like mixed in there and like, oh no. And then it's conjugated kind of strange.
yeah.
And there's no male female.
Yeah, Sha.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
Sha.
Yeah.
That's what I learned. His sister came on and was talking about that, and I didn't know that. They don't. That's why they say like ma'am, sir.
Mom, sir. Yeah, mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was mom, sir, because it's like because Paul is both man.
Yeah,
and
sure.
Exactly. That's why Filipinos have a hard time saying he did this. And
Yeah.
then it's like that's a woman, mom.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
I know, but I wish I learned it because it feels like it's a
I wish I
magic
knew
power.
too. Yeah.
We
But
should
lucky-
learn it, you guys. We should learn it.
Let's
I
do
lived
it.
there for 2 years, and that's the only way I knew how to understand
You
it.
lived there for 2 years?
Yeah. So when I was 8, I went back to the Philippines and just lived there for 2 years, and then moved back here to America. And that's kind of how I kind of subconsciously, because the best way to learn a language is to live there.
Yeah,
I
full
truly agree
immersion,
with that.
full immersion.
Exactly.
Can we do a show where we learn Tagalog?
For 2 years?
Just us three in
Yeah.
Tagalog class. We got a show
Oh,
called
Right after our
it's just
bobsled
called
session,
It's just
we can
called
learn
Tagalog class. With,
Oh my
with
gosh.
Dante and the Guava and
Could.
Wasabi boy.
We got a teacher. I'm
Here we
down.
get a teacher. And we're like magandang po.
Yeah. Masarap.
Masarap.
mo? Ako, si teacher mo.
Because if we could start really speaking,
Yeah.
that'd be dope.
That's hacked.
That would be cool. My mom was always like, you have to learn if you're going to be famous in the Philippines. I was like, I don't want to be famous in the Philippines. But she's like, you have to be an actor in the Philippines. Growing up, she always wanted
You're
me
probably
to.
famous in the Philippines, though.
Yeah. But she's like, you're not going to be able to go on the shows and stuff.
No, of course. Have you done it?
No, have you?
Yeah.
How was
You guys
it?
haven't done the shows in the Philippines?
No.
Like,
the game shows and stuff?
All of them.
No, I have
The-
not.
Like Ibulaga and stuff?
Yeah, Ibulaga, Star
How is
Talks,
that?
Star Talks.
How is
yeah.
it?
So it's a lot like for people that know, like, do you guys know like Mexican telenovelas and stuff?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that? Same kind of thing when you go, because we're kind of like the Asian Mexican. We are the
Yeah.
Asian Mexicans.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So our things are the same way. So when you go on these talk shows, Eat Bulaga or something like that.
Yeah.
They say before we interview, we're going to interview you, but
Mm-hmm.
before you get interviewed, you can either sing or dance. That's it, sing or dance. And I'm like, what?
Either.
Well, they say you could. That's why I asked you. I was like, what if I can't sing like that? They're like, oh, you can lip sync.
Oh.
So you got to perform.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you come, they introduce you, and then you come out and you perform a song. So I'm a dancer, so I said I'm not gonna sing. So I would come out and dance to a full choreography.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like the night or the day before, the choreographers, full dancers. Like I think I had like 6 dancers with me. I did multiple shows.
crap, bro.
Different routines for each show.
Oh.
And you get out there and then you dance the whole song. I think when I was there doing this one, it was like Hips Don't Lie. Was
Yeah.
my joint. So
Yeah.
hips. I had a movie coming out, and so I was promoting the movie, and so every talk show before I went out, I danced for the song, and then they cut to a break.
Yeah.
And then they come back and then
You just
interview
get the
you.
sweat off
Yeah,
and
they
then-
interview you like
Bro.
like Johnny Carson or something.
Oh,
like
we
that,
should do
like
it.
Jimmy Fallon.
I am-
But when you go there,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do? You
Yeah.
gonna sing or dance?
Oh, dance. For
I
sure.
will dance for sure. I can't sing.
You can lip sync.
Okay, I'll do both.
Oh, yeah. Let's do
Can I
it.
dance and lip sync?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's,
could do
that's
that.
fun.
But you lip sync, I'll dance.
Okay.
Okay.
It's nerve-wracking. It's hilarious. But everyone does it.
Oh yeah, it's very like Ann Curtis Smith over there.
Yeah, Ann
she's
Curtis.
not the greatest singer, but she loves to sing.
And
she
knows
sings.
she's not a great singer.
Yeah, she knows, and she does
But
it
she
whenever
goes
she gets
for
a
it.
chance. Yeah, that's why everybody loves it. She just goes for it.
She's top 3 at least of actors in the Philippines. Like Anne.
Where do you think that came from? Like our performance in our blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when I was there for 2 years, what I noticed, everybody is just so like they're always trying to entertain one another, making
100%.
jokes or
Yeah.
whatnot.
100%.
And that's where I kind of got
Play music.
Yeah.
Jokes.
Everybody plays guitar.
everything.
But the other thing is like the people that can sing, which is a lot of people can sing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I'm so scared to sing because we could all sing like a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a tiny bit.
But
yeah.
then you're like, if you're Filipino and you say you sing, then you gotta like
you got to get it.
sing. And I'm like, I'm
Like the
not
bars
that
up
guy.
here for
Yeah, the
Filipino
bars
singer.
up like
Seriously,
if
though.
they're
Yeah.
like expecting you to like really kill it. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I'll just dance.
Oh yeah. I've never been a good singer. I have a question for you, sir.
Me, okay.
But you have to tell the truth.
Go ahead.
Have you seen Hook?
I have not seen Hook.
Oh, what?
Ever?
I was probably in
Ever?
the Philippines when it
That's
came
good.
out.
Oh,
1998.
true.
91.
Oh, yeah, I was born 91. See, I wasn't even born yet.
It came out in 91.
Roy.
I have to watch
Roy.
Hook. Don't kill me, Dante.
That
It's
came out
okay.
in 91?
Yeah,
I was
dude.
1 year old.
You guys were born in the 90s?
I was 90.
91.
Damn, them Wassabi brothers are 90s?
Yeah, man.
Y'all didn't even scratch the 80s?
No.
Y'all didn't even scratch the
He
80s.
almost did. He's in the
Almost.
cusp.
When are you born?
75.
Oh, dang. Are you
75.
60?
Damn, he's not 60.
Alex, you
No,
I'm not
I-
good with math. I'm not good with math.
No, I'm growing though. I am older.
Yeah.
I'm definitely your kuya. I mean,
Yeah.
I might even get the Tito sometimes now.
Yeah.
The Hook, yeah, you should see. I mean, Hook is cool. It's an old film, 91. It's such a classic. You were born, but I think
Yeah.
it still holds up, they say. I haven't seen it in years
So how
myself.
old were you in that?
15.
15?
15.
Oh, I thought you were
Yeah.
like 18.
No, it's
That,
15.
was that your first big thing?
It was my first big, I don't know. I started when I was 10. So I already done a bunch of
Yeah.
films and a bunch of television. I've been working since I was 10.
Oh.
But it was like, of course,
that was
when
the
it's
biggest?
like Spielberg, you're like, okay,
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
like
yeah,
a big entree
absolutely.
into the whole world.
Dang, you gotta watch it. I remember I probably watched it when I was like 6.
Yeah.
And I thought it was the coolest movie ever.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Rufio. And then he was going through the trees and I was like, what? And then he had the red feathers.
Yeah.
You should watch it.
Okay.
It probably doesn't look like what it looked like when I was a kid. It's probably gonna be, it's an old movie now.
Yeah. But it's classic.
It's
Yeah.
so good.
But it's cool, like those films, you look back at them because now, they do effects, and every few years effects get better.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
you
Yeah.
look back and you're like, oh, it doesn't look. The good thing about the films in that era, like it was almost one of the last films from the era,
Yeah.
is there was less effects. It was all practical stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So when you look at it again, it's still, even though it's like dated, it still looks pretty good because it's like old Star Wars. You're like,
Yeah.
oh. Those are models flying through.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not like digital rendering that's not as good as it was now.
I remember there was a scene with the food and the colorful food. What was that? Like pudding or something? You remember?
It was like whipped,
I don't remember.
It was like whipped food. It was like whipped cream, colored whipped cream.
Yeah.
It's now you see frosting at all these different stuff.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
go to the store and get different. But back in those days, you couldn't get frosting at all these different colors. So
Yeah.
it was very cool to see them make. You have no idea.
I know.
Roy's like,
no
this.
idea. You gotta watch
I don't
it.
remember
Okay,
that.
there's
See?
there's this pirate. We're like on a pirate ship.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
So, but like that pirate ship was real. Like we
Oh.
walked onto the Sony lot, and one of the sound stages, they built it like, over a few weeks, and they're shooting, and we roll in
Whoa.
there, and dude, there's a ship, the size of the whole room. They built this big pirate ship, and it was in water. That's what I'm
Whoa.
saying. When you
Yeah.
watch it again, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, this looks pretty good. So it
Yeah.
was like,
It was a
'cause
big
it's
ship.
all real. It's
Yeah.
all real stuff. This is not like fake stuff. This is like all real things there.
Oh, you gotta watch it.
It was like Disneyland. It was like working
I'm
at
gonna
Disneyland.
watch it
Oh
right
yeah,
after this.
It's so good. And then what about Robin Williams? How did you get to like converse with him? You got to know
A
him?
lot. He was phenomenal. Really, really cool guy.
He was young at that time.
He was younger than I am now, for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is crazy. And he was just sweet, man. I mean, he was a super crazy star.
Yeah, yeah.
But also
That was,
just
like-
funny and witty. Everything you like think he is.
Yeah.
he
Is
is that.
him.
But then
Aw.
he's also like, look, we spent so many mornings talking about poetry.
Yeah.
Because I love Dead Poet Society, and we talked a lot about that. But the other thing, I mean, this kind of guy is a very sweet guy, right? He's like, he pulled me aside one day. And he was like, Dante, like, where you from? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I'm from the Bay Area, San Francisco. I was like, he goes, me too. because he's from the Bay. I'm like, oh yeah. And I was like, everyone, like, you're like San Francisco legend, you know. He goes, no, where's your family from? And I'm like, oh, I'm Filipino. And he goes, oh yeah, I thought you were Filipino. He goes, you know, his wife at the time, Marsha, she's half Filipino.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, really? And then he started talking about being Filipino, and he's like, yeah, it's because you reminded me of my father-in-law, and he's talking about all this stuff with
Yeah.
me.
Whoa.
And it was so cool as like this little Filipino kid in Hollywood to be, you know, you're hanging
Just
out.
get attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like, whoa, he wants to know things.
Well, the other thing is like, the rest of town doesn't even know what a Filipino is. You know what I'm saying? So you
Yeah.
feel like you're just like some kind of random person in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And then like one of the, you know, A movie stars, especially the like number one guy in your set's like kind of like connecting with you with who you are and
Yeah.
your people. And it was, you know, he didn't have to do that at all. You know, and he had, this is Robin Williams. He has magical things. Like, you know, you guys have been around this town long enough. There's a lot of times you feel like you're looking at on the outside, looking in at the party,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
look at all these cool people doing these cool things. And then even when you're like there, success, you know, you still feel that on the set, like all these other people doing stuff. And then he just had that way of like putting his arm around you and being like, yeah, man, no, you belong here.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
this is for you too. Like, this is not just us and them, you know?
Yeah.
You're like,
Makes you
so-
feel heard and welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got love for Robin Williams forever, man. He's the best.
You're the closest I'll ever be to him. You're the only connection I
you might
have.
meet Zelda. Zelda Williams' daughter's working. She directed the Frankenstein, Elizabeth Frankenstein. Was it recently? She's half Filipino or part Filipino.
Oh, wow.
And she was one of the voices on Avatar and Korra, on Avatar, I believe, or Korra. And she also casted a Filipino to be the star of one of the stars of the film.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you know, you might meet Zelda. You know, because she's cool.
Let's do it. I was thinking while you're talking, I was like, oh, I can only count maybe, other than us, Filipino YouTubers that are at least half, like on one hand.
Who?
There's Bretman, Bella Porch.
Bretman, Bella Porch,
Like YouTubers?
Oh, Sean.
Sean does magic.
Yeah,
Sean. I mean, what about the musicians? AJ, all those.
Oh,
crew.
AJ, yeah.
Yeah.
Gabe Bondog.
Yeah.
I mean, all those. I mean, I guess they're YouTube. They're music.
Yeah.
They're YouTube musicians, but
Yeah.
a lot of singers.
It's just not a
Yeah,
lot
true.
that like I could list off and like off the top of my head.
But there's some big ones. You guys.
Yeah.
I mean, Bretman. They're
Yeah.
bigger
Yeah.
than Bretman and
Yeah.
Bella.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they're killing. Like we've hit some. Like really
Yeah.
top. It's not like we're
Yeah.
just like regular
Yeah.
cats.
Like everybody knows about Philippines now.
Yeah, and when I got into town, nobody knew what a Filipino
Yeah.
was.
Yeah. So was that like a struggle, like the more you got into your career, or did it like hinder?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's just how it is. I think sometimes you just gotta like. I think I was always just a positive kind of person, and I
Yeah.
was a b-boy, and I was a street dancer, so I had like maybe a little hustler in me, or just a little bit like you roll with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's people that you can. The way this industry world is. Like, you can either take all the things that are negative and make them negative about you, and the reason why you're not going to make it.
Yeah,
Or
absolutely.
you can make it part of the reason why you make it.
Yeah.
You know? So at that time was a very different time than now. Like, we're in a very politically correct time where everything has to be it's almost too much. Like,
Yeah,
you guys,
it's
we're
very
doing
sensitive.
fiction. Like, none of us are really from these places. We're not in these characters. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But at that time, they're like, what are you? And I'm like, I'm Filipino.
Yeah.
In the audition, and they're like, what is that?
Yeah, dude.
And I'm like, what is the role? And they're
Yeah.
like, Mexican. And I'm like,
Close.
you know what happened to the Mexicans and the Spaniards? And
Yeah.
our last names are the same because we're the same thing over there.
Bro.
And they're like, okay, I'll play Mexican roles. And then they'd be like, what's the role? They're like, Chinese. I'm like, my grandmother on my dad's side.
You know, we used to
She got some
import
part
a lot to
Chinese.
Chinese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now, like,
There's
they won't
everything
even
like
let
Philippines
you.
is like a little bit of, we have a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hawaiian. We're like, oh yeah, we're Pacific Islanders.
Portuguese. Every now and then.
Anything, yeah. So that, it works against you until you're like, nah,
Yeah.
I can, I'm
Yeah,
making
but
it work
now
for
they're
me.
like, oh, if it's a Chinese role, we have to cast Chinese. It's like I
I
always
know.
thought whoever the best actor should get the role.
Right.
But they're like,
Which
no.
isn't always the case
If
either.
the actor's gay, the person has to be gay. It's like, what?
I know it's a different
yeah.
time.
Yeah.
I the pendulum swing, and I get it, especially for people of color. We always want to be represented in the right way, but we forget sometimes it's like we are not doing we're not. It's not nonfiction. This is like these are like none of us are. Whatever you're playing, none of us are wizards.
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about? Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
But everyone's like, well, what part of China are you from? Is your family? I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, you're getting too crazy. And I'm like, if I had to wait for a Filipino role to have a career,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I would have never had a career.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I want to go back to where we don't recognize any of that stuff. I think ultimately we just want the industry to come to these stories with a little more respect than they have come to them in the past.
Yeah.
And and give some people of color some shots.
Yeah.
But not like let's not.
It's been a lot better.
It's been a lot better. It's been a lot better.
So much better.
Yeah, if I was like a casting person, I would want the better actor that's gonna make the movie better than to be like super correct and be very precise and specific and be like, you're not Chinese enough, or you're not Filipino enough. We need a full Filipino. You're only 3/4 Filipino.
Yeah, first of all, we're Filipino. We're like now we're not even just Asian. We're like we have to wait for the specific kind of Filipino Asian. We're like what? Yeah. And look at you. You're like half white. And I'm like the role has to be half white, half Filipino.
Yeah.
You're like.
All
Well, who's writing that?
Yeah, for sure.
What about voice acting? I've always wanted to be a voice actor, but I don't know how to get into it. I just always like, if I could be anything other than a YouTuber, I'd be a voice actor.
Yeah.
Voice acting's cool. I mean, I tripped into voice acting years ago. It's just when you're acting, you have a lot of different agents, right? You have agents that do, of course, television, agents that do film.
Yeah.
And you may have agents that do commercials, of course. You may have agents that do print. Like it can even be in the same agency, right? You can have agents that are like handling your hands, like a hand
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
agent.
Modeling, yeah.
yeah, there's all that stuff, right? So just like that, there's like a voice. There's forever been a voiceover agent in the office that just handles voices, whether it be for commercials or cartoons or whatever.
Yeah.
And so one day, just like that agent's like, you should go out for some roles. And so I was auditioning. I've talked about it before. My first thing I did was the Goofy movie.
Oh wait, who are you in the Goofy movie?
I did like one line.
Who?
In the Goofy movie, I did this line goes, "Yo, Stacy, talk to me, baby."
I didn't know that
There's
was
that
you.
one. Yeah.
I love that movie. You
Yeah.
haven't seen it?
I have not seen that movie either. I'm so sorry.
It's a classic.
It's a classic. So I'm a part of that film, but then that put me into the whole kind of Disney world. Like I was on a Disney list for years. And then somewhere in my career, someone did a pilot for a Cartoon Network called Kitty Bobo. And they hired me to play the main character, Kitty Bobo, which was this cat that was adopted by these dogs. And it's fun. I mean, it's online somewhere. It never went to series, but it was really cool. And then I ended up getting Jake Long, the American Dragon. And then that kind of, that happened.
boosted.
And then Avatar happened. And then I became, you add another thing to your whole arsenal, like voice acting on top of on-screen acting, voice acting, just
Is
another
Zuko
thing to do.
Asian? He kind of looks
I
Asian.
think so.
No, I think it's all Asian inspired.
Yeah.
Like in the cartoon,
Yeah.
it's very interesting. I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean,
I feel like, they all look like a type of Asian.
well, the whole thing is the world is inspired by, I believe. I know. It's inspired by like Asian arts and anime and
Yeah.
Yeah.
culture. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff they bring. It's a fictitious. Again, it's a fictitious world.
Yeah.
So you're trying to cast it. And you're like, but I'm like, but what? Who's from the Fire Nation? Who's from Water Tribe?
Yeah.
But no, they're drawing from certain Asian groups, and then of course like the Water Tribe with Inuit and like
Yeah.
more indigenous
Yeah.
folks. But the Fire Nation has kind of.
Because even
Ties.
Azula looks like she could be Asian.
I think they're
Azula's
definitely Asian.
white.
Yeah. I don't know. I
mean, they look very Caucasian-ish.
Yeah.
Also, but also Asian. I mean, Ozai.
It's hard to tell, yeah.
Oh yeah, Ozai. That's cool.
I heard Avatar is an American anime.
I
Have
call
you
it
heard that?
American. What do
Yeah.
you call it?
Yeah.
What do you call
That's what I would
I say
call it too.
cartoon. I think
It's
a
a cartoon.
Yeah.
I think it was American anime because we talk about anime.
Yeah.
But I also talk to Japanese people about anime
Yeah.
from Japan sometimes.
Yeah.
And they're like, anime means animation.
Oh, so it doesn't matter.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh.
I thought it meant Japanese animation.
Yeah, but we as Americans think of anime as like
Yeah.
a thing.
Yeah.
Is
But I
it-
think it's definitely inspired by Japanese animation.
In Japan, do they have cartoons or they just have only anime?
This is anime.
They don't have.
They have cartoons. I don't know now.
Now I don't know.
Maybe everything's
I think
anime.
it's all anime. I think that
Is it?
I was being told
Bluey's
it's
an
all
anime.
anime.
Bluey's an anime?
Yeah, it's an animation, right?
You know Bluey?
Yeah.
You know Bluey?
I know Bluey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like it's an anime.
You're gonna know Bluey in a couple months.
Oh, yeah. Bluey's the British dogs?
It's the Australian dog.
Australian
I
Blues
mean,
Clues,
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've heard of them.
Yeah.
I've actually met some of the voice actors from at a Comic-Con.
Yeah.
And then we also have another in Blues Clues. My guy who's Filipino.
Oh, yeah.
Josh.
Josh De La Cruz.
Yeah, Josh, man. We have Filipinos are out there.
Yeah, we out here.
It's amazing.
And we're the lead singer of Journey, right? Isn't he Filipino? now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alan Pineda. Alan Pineda.
Yeah.
We're all as Filipinos, we gotta know.
We
what other
secret.
Filipinos
we just sneak in there. Like, oh, I didn't even know he was Filipino. When did he get?
Oh, si
popular?
Kuya.
Yeah.
Kuya.
There's a lot of Filipinos around that you didn't know were Filipino.
Yeah.
Do you know some?
Him, when I first met him, I said, "What were you?" He said, "I don't know. What am I?" So he asked his mom the next day. He's like, "I'm Filipino." Yeah.
How old were you guys when you knew?
Probably 12.
12. I
Around
was
12?
No, I was 11. He
I was 12. Yeah.
How many other Filipinos were in this neighborhood?
Probably 6.
6?
In the neighborhood.
In the neighborhood.
Yeah,
Like
in the
in the
neighborhood.
class?
No, in the class, I was the only Asian. Overall, not just Filipino. It was me or one other kid were the only Asians growing up, and like all through high school and middle school, elementary school.
Yeah, there were probably like 8 Asians total in my
Did
high
they
school.
even know you were Asian?
I don't know. I didn't
No,
ask.
people thought I was Mexican.
Mexican, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, people just speak Spanish to me all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
bro,
oh, I don't know.
dude,
On the
growing
street,
up-
The reality also is being Filipino, we are like Asian Latinos.
Yeah, we are. Yeah,
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like we're the bridge.
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, there was one time I was walking home from school, and then this car just zooms by, just, rolls down the window, Mexican. I was like, what the hell was that?
You're like,
That's-
I'm Filipino.
I know. I'm like, that's the South for you, bro.
Yeah.
That's racism. Is
I was
wild.
trying to explain to some other people, and they're like, "What do you mean, like Asians? Like Filipinos, like Asian Latinos?" I'm like, "Okay, you know, other Asian cultures are like Chinese,
Yeah.
Japanese. And
Yeah.
like we're not Filipinese. We're
Yeah.
Filipino. like the other Latino countries that are like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
like, oh, you're right. Like you guys are right.
Yeah.
That's how
Tagalog. You speak Tagalog?
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
And was there Mexicans in the South?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's Mexican. Well, where we grew up, it was like,
I mean, there's Mexicans everywhere.
yeah, just like Filipinos. We're just hidden in the shadows. But it's like where we grew up, it was probably like 70% African American, 20% white, and like super country white, and then 10% miscellaneous, which is everybody else.
Yeah.
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 So, but do you think you guys gravitated towards each other?
Yeah, we did actually.
Yeah.
That's how we met because my dad was a Filipino import because he's not Filipino,
Right.
but he played in the Filipino league.
Your dad played in the Filipino League?
Yeah.
Basketball?
Yeah.
Not the league you're thinking about, just like the local league.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the import, and they could have one on each team, and he was that one because he had to be married to a Filipino.
Oh, that was one of the rules.
Then so it was weird because in real life didn't see many Filipinos, but then on the weekends I see like hundreds of
Yeah.
Filipinos. I'm like, where do you guys all hide on the weekdays? I don't
yeah,
know.
like where are y'all at?
Yeah. Yeah. It was wild.
I only saw the Filipinos on the weekends or whenever we got together. But in
Was your
real-
dad good at basketball?
Well, he was a lot taller than the
Yeah,
Filipinos.
he's
so-
But the Filipinos are fast.
Yeah.
They're good
fast.
shooters, fast. There's a basketball court in every province in the Philippines.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
It's crazy.
I'm
seeing-
surprised that's like their national sport.
I
there.
know.
We could
Yeah.
be better at something else.
Soccer.
And they're also
Like soccer, we'd be
cheaters.
great.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And they'd be playing
They play
basketball.
dirty
in
because
some-
they're
yeah.
short, so they know how to cheat.
Oh, yeah.
So like I'm there.
Are you
and
playing? Are you playing out
I
there?
played with them too growing up. Yeah, so I was taller than everybody,
Right.
and so I'm playing, and they play dirty. So when the refs over there and they're behind me, they'll hold my shorts when I jump, or they'll hold my wrist. So I'm like, and then I'm like, ref, and then they can't see it because they're so
Yeah.
sneaky.
And they're wearing slippers.
Yeah,
They'd be barefoot, one chinela, one slipper on their pivot foot.
Yup.
Damn, it's crazy out there. But I mean, I'm with you. If we played soccer like the
I
other
never
Latino
played soccer in my
countries,
life.
we would be
That's what I'm
good.
saying. We
We'd
have
be
the
great.
height.
We have the height,
Speed.
speed.
yeah.
We cheat the same. You can
Yes,
foul.
yeah.
You can
Center of
foul.
balance. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
Well, we just
actors,
but
signed
we
him.
be like,
love
basketball.
We love basketball.
Yeah.
And I love basketball too, but it's just.
Why is that our sport?
I don't know. I mean, the World Cup of basketball was just in the Philippines last year.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
That we love basketball.
Yeah.
But it's
And
just like
boxing.
we love
Oh,
boxing.
yeah,
But
boxing
shout out
too,
to
bro.
Pacquiao. Pacquiao changed the world for. I mean, I think Pacquiao was like the big bang
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
Filipinos on the world stage.
Yeah.
With,
People are like,
yo.
oh, that's what a Filipino is? Oh, that's
Yeah,
him,
I think that was it.
and the rest was like, we've all been here for a while, but thanks, Manny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's time.
What? Go for it.
I want to know the good, juicy
I can't
future
tell
of
you.
Avatar.
I don't
You can't-
know.
well, I can tell you what I.
Well, tell me what you
I
know, and I'll
researched.
tell you. I can just say what I've heard and what I know, because I do. Like I do the podcast "Braving the Elements" with Chandler Varney, the voice of Korra, and we did the whole thing. And so we are in. It's produced by Nickelodeon and Avatar Studios.
Yeah.
But they don't give us anything necessarily.
Yeah.
Because they know that we may leak. Because we're always at Comic Con
accident,
and stuff like
podcasts,
that.
yeah.
But we do know. I mean, there's some things that
I'll
are
tell you what the
announced.
public knows.
Well,
yeah.
tell us what the public knows. And
So this is all I know. It's not much, but on October 26th, 2025.
we're just coming up. Oh, 2025.
There's supposed to be an Aang movie where they're all adults. It's
Right.
like that's good. I'm so excited
I think
for that.
that's been released.
That's been released. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So, could you tell us if you're a part of that, or is that
I'm not a
you
part
can't-
of that.
that you know of, or that you're not allowed to
That
say?
I don't
You're gonna
know.
get him in trouble,
Look,
man.
he's
No, I'm
smiling.
not part of it, but I've met some of the cast. I know some of the cast members,
Yeah.
and I've talked to some of the, and they've done it. I know that's. I don't know anything except for that's been done. It's in the works.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So then,
What else did they
What
do?
was told was there's 3 movies, and then there's supposed to be a Agni Kai Zuko movie.
I heard about that, and people did. I know. I heard that there is a movie too, and there was all these sources saying like I'm playing it. That's not. I don't.
It's not
know.
correct, confirmed yet. I mean, it's not like
not
correct.
that I don't know. I don't know. We don't
Yeah,
know.
you
I
don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah.
But it could be.
I know. It
And
could,
like they
I
could
don't know
still
if
hit
it-
you up in the future.
They could.
They could. Yeah.
This is the thing. The reality is, this is what I know.
Mm-hmm.
In all honesty, so
Okay.
I know you know. There's a new cast that they released a new cast for
Yeah.
Avatar.
Yeah.
To voice because, again, we were talking about. It goes back to talking about like the pendulum swinging where they want everyone to be as of the thing, right?
Yeah.
And so I love my original castmates. We're still homies. We're the original cast of Avatar, and it's beloved by the fan base. But to be more culturally correct,
Yeah.
they recast the cast, which is again very kind
Wait,
of odd.
in the animated
In
film?
the animated,
Oh.
and the animated one too.
Yeah.
Which I was like, I don't even know if anyone's asking for that, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like
It's animated.
It's weird.
And
so
we don't
Yeah.
even know what they are.
it's exactly.
Yeah.
But but you know, nickel everything. It's just
Yeah.
what and to the credit of like the Nickelodeon folks and the creators and stuff, they did come to me and said like, ironically, you are the one cast member that could actually
Do it. Yeah.
come back. But with the new cast, it might be strange. We don't know. So I don't
Yeah.
know. But I do know the new cast coming, and there's new Avatar families coming. So
Yeah.
it's cool. Like I'll forever be a part of the Avatar, the OG Zuko, or whatever.
Yep.
But yeah, if there's an opportunity in the future to come up,
Yeah.
of course I'll come back. But it has to. I think everything has to
Yeah,
work.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't say like, hey, I just want to do A or B. It's like things have to work or they don't work, and that doesn't make
Exactly.
sense.
I think it would make sense for you to come back as Zuko's voice, because you could just make him sound a little older, and it wouldn't be out of.
But
it
what
wouldn't
if
be
everyone
weird.
else sounds this different?
No, because but they can sound
And they're
different.
like, Sokka, I'm like, who are you, dude?
Yeah. They can sound a little different because everybody's older, so they all will sound different.
That's true.
But I
Maybe.
feel like, I don't know. I feel like you could do it.
So I don't know. Again, we are talent. We don't make any
Yeah,
decisions.
yeah.
We just roll with it. But I'm Avatar family for life. So we'll
me
see if
too.
they need me in the future. Of course, I'll be
Yeah.
around. And
I'll be around
if
too, if
not,
you
I
guys-
will be
if you
rooting
need
for
one.
the new cast. I
Yep.
still already rooting for the new cast. So we'll see what happens. Nothing said. We'll see.
Well,
see
if
what
there's any
happens.
new characters in any of these films
there
coming
are,
up,
but there's so many other new things.
Are
Cause so many. Can you get an agent? Get a voiceover
Yeah.
agent, and then get in there.
well, I thought you could just do it.
I'm not casting.
But what if they were like, what if they're like, oh, we got this new character. He's super dope, half Filipino, half white.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna say something?
Maybe.
All right,
Maybe.
there you go.
Maybe.
Dang, bro.
Yeah. So I mean, we don't know. Like I love the world. I can't wait to see what they're coming up with.
Yeah.
I'll be excited to be a part of any of it, all of it, or even just talking about it in the podcast and spreading the news, the good
Yeah.
word of Avatar.
I'm so surprised they didn't continue Aang's story and they went to Korra, which was fine, but I wanted to see Aang like as a teenager
I
and like
know.
see where that goes.
Or to see like Zuko's mom. Everyone wants to
Yeah.
see
Yeah,
Zuko's
that
mom's
part,
story. That's
yeah.
a big kind of like drop
Yeah.
off. But they did it stuff in the comic books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're very, like Mike and Brian, they're all very unorthodox, but they do. And they do their own thing. But I like how they did Korra. And I hear there's here's going to be we're going to meet some new avatars,
Where's
which would be cool.
where's the what year was Avatar started again?
Like almost like
2000,
20 years ago almost.
Yeah.
Dang, that holds up. That animation,
does,
I
dude.
watched it. I don't remember. I think probably over COVID, I watched it again, and I was like, dang, this was way ahead of its time.
It's crazy.
It's
And it
so
was more
good.
poignant it happened to become poignant again somehow
Yeah.
during COVID, just how the world
Yes.
is very
Did
fascinating.
you know it was going to be as successful
No.
as it was when you played
No.
Zuko?
I loved it.
First of all, I thought it was just like a villain on Nickelodeon, and then the story became so cool, and
Yeah.
it was really popular for the time that you guys
Yeah.
grew up.
Mm-hmm.
And very cool. It's always been real cool to be Zuko in that, and then for it to come back and become like the #1 show on Netflix
Yup.
during COVID for
Yeah.
like months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Netflix at that time, especially being the biggest like network
Yeah.
in the world, became the #1 show.
Mm-hmm.
A show that we did like 10,
Yeah.
12 years, 15 years before, becoming the #1 show
Bro.
over a decade afterwards
Yeah.
is like unprecedented.
Yeah.
So
I was-
it was phenomenal.
I was
Timeless
gatekeeping it,
till this day.
and I was like, oh, so I would tell people,
was
hey, you should watch
gatekeeping?
this. You should watch this. Like, but I wanted them to hear it from me.
Right.
So when they tell the story, like, oh, this is a great show, Alex showed me, and then it got on Netflix. I was like, nah. And then they did the same thing with Suits.
Yeah.
Because I love Suits, and I always tell people, oh, this is an old show from like USA or TNT or whatever it was, and I would get them to watch it. But now it became the #1 show on Netflix too, and I was like, they're just taking all my childhood.
Bro, I told you about Avatar. You remember?
Maybe, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't remember, but that sounds right.
And you tried gatekeeping your brother.
Hold up, you guys are Avatar fans. So who's your favorite character outside the main?
Outside the main?
gang. Like without the main gang character.
I think what was
Smaller
the
characters.
gymnast?
The gymnast.
The Mace friend.
Ty Lee.
That's might be my first boner. Sorry. I mean, I didn't mean that.
No, it's anime crush. Anime
That's what I
crush.
meant. Is that not what I said?
A lot of people got the Zuko anime crush. So I
Yeah.
get it. Ty Lee's super cute. Of
Super
course.
cute, super funny,
Super
super
funny.
bubbly. I was like, oh, that's
Also,
my girl.
a little OP. Like she was like
Ty Lee?
deadly. Ty
Bro.
Lee.
Yeah, she was
against Azula.
she was like,
Everybody.
boom, like,
you-
pressure points and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, she could stop chakra, right?
Yeah, chakra,
yeah.
chakra. She's not even a bender, and she's so
she
so
was
powerful.
good. I think in real life, who's gonna beat bloodbending? Like you can't win.
I
That's the
know.
only one that you
Bloodbending.
can't do anything
It's like a
against
dark
that.
art. It's a dark art.
Yeah,
Dark
but
art,
if you
bro.
have that, then you win.
Well, Ty
Well,
Lee could sneak up
Ty
on
Lee,
you.
bro.
and
I
Not
fuck
if you,
with you.
yeah, I guess sneak up on you. But if you're like
There's
I-
gotta be a way to block.
I guess I don't know.
If
Unless you're
another
also
water. If you're
Dude.
a water bender, you can
But-
undo it.
but water bending is the top.
Dude, I
beat
with
that.
with Avatar Roku heavy.
Heavy. He's fire.
Dude,
He's
he
Fire
is
Nation. Come on,
he
he's
is crazy.
And that leads us to the third movie that was rumored.
What is the one?
Kyoshi, Avatar Kyoshi. Well, it's not rumored. It was out there. It said that's being made.
I don't know. Is that being? I heard it might be being made.
Yeah, those are
I've
the
read
three
books.
movies that
the
were
books
announced.
are dope.
Yeah.
I have not read the
Kyoshi
books.
book is dark.
Yep.
Oh, is
heavy.
it? Oh, it's gonna
Heavy.
be like
It's
Batman.
It's like two books. She's like Avatar's like fun. I mean, Avatar Aang is very fun.
Yeah.
He's like, she's not, dude. She's like a super tall woman who's kind of feels like an outcast, and she ends up putting on the makeup so she has a whole backstory how she became Kyoshi.
Yeah. She's badass, bro.
She's badass.
Oh, so it's like it goes from Aang, super kitty bubbly, to Korra, who's like teenage angst and like trying to prove
Yeah.
herself, then to even darker.
no, that's a
darker.
new Kyoshi.
Oh yeah, Kyoshi's old. Yeah,
Kyoshi's old.
that was in the
Kyo-
past.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
she's the darkest I've seen of the avatars for sure. And they're like in the books, they're like killing people and stuff like that.
Yeah, dude.
People die.
I have the books. You want to borrow it?
Yeah,
You can.
I didn't know you had
It's-
the books,
It's
yeah.
pretty.
It's pretty good. So I can't
Yeah.
wait to see Kyoshi movie. And there's other avatars that are coming in past ones. It's very
So
Yeah.
ones we don't even know about.
there's ones I didn't know about. But I
Oh.
guess it might have been said somewhere.
You've
and I
never
was
even
like,
seen Korra. Me either. I haven't seen.
I haven't seen
Korra.
Hook.
I think. Oh.
I've seen Korra. I've seen Korra.
No, but
Just
I've,
his
I've,
episodes
I think
for it.
I've seen the first. How many seasons are there?
Of
I think
course.
it was like 4.
I think I've seen 2, and then I've never made it past that. I've watched it to 2 like twice, but then I got busy or something.
I gotta watch it again. I mean, I had a great time doing Korra because it was like cool to go back.
Yeah.
And as I felt like an elder statesman going back, but also Janet Varney's on the show. She's a homie, but then also David Faustino was on the show who plays Mako. And I'd known David since we were kid actors.
Oh wow.
Because Dave Faustino's from Married with Children,
Mm-hmm.
and so he was like a big kid actor back in the like 80s, 90s, and it was so dope. Like we had all these memories because Faustino used to throw the dopest club, one of the dopest clubs in LA. It was a teenage club.
Oh.
But it was the dopest club in LA. It was a teenage club called Ballistics, and all the touring rap acts, because he's a big hip hop head, and so all like the best rappers would be coming through this teenage club, and it was all our young Hollywood at that time, right? So it's like young DiCaprio in there, like
Oh, dang.
like Tobey Maguire, like all the actors,
Yeah.
all of us at that time, were like the little movie stars, TV stars, were all in this club, and then all the dopest hip hop acts would come through. And so me and Faustino were like reminiscing about this whole era called the Ballistics era.
Yeah.
And we were like, we gotta make a movie about that. But then there happened to be a party at the Levi's house that night. It's Levi's house is like a house. It's like a hot house. You been to Levi's house?
I have
You
not.
go to Levi's house, get invited, you get free clothes, and there's parties. And so Snoop Dogg was DJing at the Levi's house off on Sunset. And so me and Faustino were like, you want to go tonight? And like we ended up going like old school to go see Snoop spin at the Levi's house. So my Cora days were fun. We had a good time. We had a good time the Cora days.
So I have a Snoop story too. I went to some party, and I guess he was like a surprise to us. So he came out and he started DJing, and then so me and whoever the other YouTubers were, we went up to the booth, and I guess he has a guy that just rolls blunts for him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then he like gave him one, he lit it, and then he was like doing stuff, and then his boy tapped him again. He had another one ready. He's like, oh, and then he was like, and then he looked at me and he was like,
You
and I was
shared a
like,
blunt with Snoop?
he handed me one
That's
because he had a new
amazing.
one. And I was like, oh, okay. And then that was the first time I.
I love that.
Oh, you made out.
Yeah, it's like we
That's
kissed.
like a classic
Wow.
LA story
I
right
know.
there.
I was
That's-
like, no way. And then the crazy thing is, I passed it to the other YouTubers, and then one guy, it was like halfway down. One guy put it out and tried to put it in his wallet because he's like, I'm gonna sell it. And then everybody got mad. Everybody's like, what? It was weird. He was an
That's
odd guy.
crazy.
But it was crazy.
And then you woke up.
No. It happened. It was crazy though. I was like, oh, what? I kissed Snoop.
That's wild.
Yeah.
What's your I mean, you guys coming to LA.
Yeah.
What you have the craziest story of like a famous person you met?
Like Snoop.
Anyone?
So there's like an Elf on the Shelf kind of
Yeah.
thing, a doll. Yeah. So Monette, my wife, came home with it's called Stoop on a Stoop, and she put it on the table. That's it.
No,
That's my Snoop story.
Well, he's a guava juice, so
Yeah.
it was like very big
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
kids' world. And
Yeah.
one of it, I was like, what?
What?
Because we weren't really talking at the time. But there was this kid that was a big fan, and his dad was Ben Stiller. And I was like, what?
Oh,
He had Ben
What?
Stiller.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ben
just
Stiller called me
randomly.
randomly because my
What?
PR agent, my PR manager said, "Hey, is it okay if we give Ben Stiller your number? His kid's a big fan. He's gonna call you." I'm like, "Oh, what the hell?" So I got a call 30 minutes later. Hey,
That's so
Ryan,
weird.
hey, Guava.
That's fun.
It's Ben. Yo, so my son's a big fan. We're in the town. Is it okay if he shoots a video with you?
No way. And
I
they
was
came
like,
out to the video? Ben
yeah, they came in the
Stiller?
studio. Ben Stiller and his
came
son,
too,
and
yeah.
then we just shot a quick video with them.
That's crazy. 'Cause, like, I grew up in this whole town, but you guys came here. Right?
Yeah.
So is it weird to you still, or is it just like regular?
It's regular now, but
yeah,
it's
I got
still
used
cool.
to it, yeah.
Yeah.
I still get starstruck here and there.
Of course.
Yeah.
Like, oh shoot, that's Justin Bieber,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now, I mean, I guess everyone who has kids are going to be, probably our kids going to be watching all your stuff.
Oh yeah, probably
Yeah,
mine as well.
Probably.
We're like, that's Cleo Roy.
Yeah.
My kid's gonna be like, how come you're not like this in real life? I'm like, there's a difference.
That's crazy. So you're about to be a dad. You want to be a dad. I want to be a dad, but you're closer to it than I am.
You guys
Yeah.
down? You guys are down?
Yeah, maybe probably like next year, honestly. Yeah. She'll be
Our
here
kids will
soon.
grow up together.
We'll probably
Yeah.
ask her. Yeah, that'd be cool.
They'd be like, Dad's so crazy.
Yeah, twins running a family, so we might have
Twins running a family?
Yeah, it's pretty like every other generation. There's like a twin.
It's a twin?
Yeah, and yeah, there's the previous generation doesn't have twins, so who knows?
Do you want more, or just one is good?
I don't know. We weren't even planning for this one. No, I'm down, but we'll see. I don't know. I think one and done is good.
Yeah, yeah.
One's a lot.
One's a lot, but then you have to play with them all the time because they don't have a sibling. So you're like,
Maybe cousins,
Oh, there you
Filipino
go. Yeah,
cousins.
cousins.
That's what
yeah.
cousins for. It's true. You
Yeah.
guys have a name?
No, we're just lobbying. There's a lot
Yeah.
of things going on.
Do you know the gender?
Boy.
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 Nice.
So the thing is, like, we, Filipino cousins. When you're like, when there's obviously you guys, when there's a Filipino around, you guys are all cousins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They'll be like Hollywood Filipino cousins.
Yeah.
We'll
I don't
also having kids. All be cousins.
Yeah.
That'd be sick. Yeah.
So get on it, Alex. Let's
I'm
go.
trying. I'm working on it. I'm planning stuff. I got it. I'll be right behind you guys.
Pre-fiance.
We're past the girlfriend stage. We're at the fiance stage.
How long has it been?
2 years. A little over 2 years.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, Alex.
Thank you.
Alex, I'm proud of you, man. That's good.
All right. Well, Dante, great to have you on.
Always a pleasure, y'all.
Nice talking to you.
Thank you. Maraming salamat.
Ay, tara na, guys. G.
Alex is like,
Yeah,
voila,
guys.
voila.
Cool. Yeah.
All right, everybody. Make sure to check out the Patreon at patreon.com/Wassabi Productions. And
Thank you
we'll
to
see you
Dante.
next time.
Yeah, see you guys. Okay.
Bye.